Check, check.
Question.
Hello.
Once.
Rolling.
So how did you feel about them asking for IDs, even though they didn't change the thing now?
I disagree with it, and it goes against our constitutional Fourth Amendment rights.
I'm not the real interviewer, so it's a
No,
motivation.
you
Get
know
in.
what? You have the right to ask questions just like everybody
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
I am not one that's shy, and I will answer the question to my best of the ability for you guys to engage with.
So, we're going to get this thing started. So, what I call this, Miss Cindy, is motivation on the move. What I like to do is go around the community, right? Look obnoxiously. I mean, get dressed, right? So that when people walk past, they'll look at us. And then, yes, you did show up. And I did say this before she got here, so I can tell her on camera because I told her privately. Y'all remember how I said that? You look beautiful today. I love this dress. So me and Miss Matina were talking because we were talking about, this goes right into it. The last Ward 7 person that's been in Ward 7 currently, right? We would always talk. And actually, I'll pick on Miss Matina. She said this publicly, so I'll say it, right? Well, that lady being African American, we expected her to, not even expect. The community, yes, the community expects her to dress a certain way. What do I mean by that? Look away, right? Presentation. And we were like, well, man, the next candidate we get, they ain't got to be fly, but they got to care about their presentation.
And I'm all about presentation. I'm just going to put it out there now.
Yeah.
I dress casual. I
Yeah.
do not dress in a suit. I will not cover myself up because somebody wants me to cover myself up.
Okay.
I'm who I am, and nobody likes that, then I don't know what to tell anybody. I'm straight and direct to the point. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to step on anybody's toes. I'm here to make changes, not the same thing that's going on after year after
Now you
year.
say the same thing. What's the same thing?
Not
Give me what you see the same thing.
okay. Nothing has changed since I live in Ward 7, and you probably do, and we all do, right? Nothing gets improved. I live near a school district.
Okay. Oh, my son goes there. He's gonna be going there
Okay,
this year.
so our roads are crappy.
Man.
Our roads are horrible. Nobody in city council wants to take those funds and put them on our roads. But it's a school district.
And it's crazy. Let me piggyback. So our back road that we've got, because I live off of 82nd.
Right. I
So
live right on Sheridan.
so that back road we've got,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't even. It was a good back road at one point, right? It wasn't nowhere you go down in speed. It's the one that you drive right down to Bishop. Is it Combs?
Yeah,
One of those roads that
yeah.
goes right to Bishop.
Yeah.
Man, that road, the potholes are so big. I mean, when I'm taking my son to school, I have to take shit. And I mean, that's I bought my house 9 years ago.
And that's still bad.
So there it is.
And that's still bad.
That,
So all they do is city council wants to not fix our roads. They want to patch the roads.
yeah.
And the roads are so uneven and so bad, but then they turn around and they blame the moving companies for all the damage to the roads. That's not true.
They're supposed to stop.
See, yes, right. So that's not
Military
true.
tax.
That's not the case. They're just too cheap to put the funding instead of putting it where it doesn't belong
Where's it going?
in
Can
the
I ask? Where's it going? Tell us where's it going.
in their pockets.
Okay.
You know,
Mister.
What would make you say? Because I'm asking, right? I'm the good old devil's advocate satire guy.
right.
Because I want to do that because that's what they do to us, right? So
Right.
I'm gonna play their role.
Okay.
So how can you prove it's going in my pocket, Cindy? What would make you think that? Because I know you don't have any paperwork. But what would make you think that, Cindy? What's your opinion? I love it.
I can tell you stuff for a fact because of funding. Our government funding that we're supposed to get for roads never gets used.
Yeah, just like that COVID money.
Okay, really good example. Okay, so driving down Lee, going to Goodyear. There was all those pipings out there. How long did those pipings sit there? 2 years. They still are sitting there to this day.
drive past
And
them
they
every day.
had the funding for over 2 years to improve that, bought all that stuff, and it just sits on the road, on the side of the road, and does nothing. And
So,
I put videos out for
that's
that.
where they redid the rezoning for the wards, and they gave that part to so Ward 7, right? The leader of Ward 7 forfeited within the last 2 or 3 years they did this rezoning. Forfeited that to whoever the next ward is, but they gave up some of it to that. And I say that because, that's because that is going to be the road leading to the Kobo thingy that they want to do. So someone, I believe, right? I'm just jumping in,
Yes.
in that ward is getting paid off of that.
So here's a good example too. So my husband works for a company, and I will not say what
Please
company.
don't.
But my husband works for a company. The boss brags all the time that he has this person, and this person in his back pocket. I'm like, well, that's just more evidence for me. Cool. You bring it on and come at me. Because I'm gonna show you guys exactly who is doing what. And I'm not gonna keep my voice silent. I get so tired. I get so tired of these city council people going in and never saying a word, not fighting back, not arguing, not saying, no, I'm not gonna do this. It's almost like it's an intimidation play in there. And they want you to, they're forcing you to sign something. Well, I was told 2 years ago, directly to my face, make sure you look everything over, and dot it with the T, or dot it with the T, and everything's legit and legal before you sign anything. Well, I already know this. I have a background. I was a paralegal for 2 years, and I still study law to this day. Even though I'm not a paralegal, I still check all the legal laws. This town, I don't know how many times they have violated so many laws, or our police department, or other unknowns have violated so many laws in this town that it just makes me cringe. It makes me nauseous to my stomach because I am so legal and I know the laws, and it just drives me nuts because then that makes me want to go after them more. And makes me want to get in there and be that voice and say enough is enough. Now it's time to listen, not to just me, but everybody. Let the people voice their opinions instead of telling them they can't.
Well, I'm going to give you some roses. The other day, they made a post on social media. I don't know, I want to say this on YouTube. I don't know why they think making a post on social media means anything to a citizen. I'd rather them create a text message system that goes to everyone's phone number at the water company. You know what I'm saying? But everyone's not on social media, but everyone's got a phone. So I say that to say they wanted everyone to show their ID to come in. And when you heard that, can I know how you felt? Can you say what you said? And then we'll also now speak of the results today.
So how I feel is it went against our constitutional rights.
Okay.
Our Fourth Amendment states that to show ID, and it's as long as it's a public environment and there's more businesses inside the public building than just city council, they are not legally able to post. That was a city council. That was to keep everybody hush hush. Or pretended that was a safety thing. I'm sorry, there's too many cops in that building for it not to be a safety thing.
Two security guards and a police officer.
And cameras now.
And cameras.
So violates anybody's rights. So if nobody believes that or doesn't think that that's fair, you guys need to speak up. Be the community and say enough is enough. Go and get an attorney because that goes against the civil rights.
And can I speak to that when you say people need to
Yes,
speak
ma'am.
up?
Yes,
When
ma'am.
people do speak up, the city retaliates against them.
You said
So
when
that's
people
why
speak up,
when
the
people
city
speak up,
retaliates.
the city retaliates against them. That's why citizens are scared to speak up. We have walked this neighborhood and they're scared to speak up for the same thing that's going on with me right now, but I'm not going to put
Yeah.
that out. That's a sure campaign.
So,
But
so
people are scared to speak up.
with that, bring it on. I've already had the run-ins in town with a few people. Never seen them in my life. My husband's had a couple run-ins already, and he's never even seen them. And we just brush them off. And I'm like, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to disagree with you on anything. You might not like me because I'm who I am. I don't care. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to make a change. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. It's going, like I said, it's going to take all of us. And if city council wants to come at me, bring it. I'm ready. I'm ready for this
So,
fight.
in a fairy tale world, right? Because everyone says nothing's perfect. But if you could change one thing right now, if you could change one thing where you had the ability, the funds, the whatever, not in Lawton, but just your ward, because that's what you're running for. You're running for your ward. What would you do for your ward if you had free reign to do it?
There's an advanced school that I would, and it's all brick and it's a very old school. And it's humbling. I would probably take a big pledge and I would have it all knocked down and rebuilt as a shelter for our
Awesome.
community.
Okay,
Because we need a lot of shelters.
so we're talking homelessness.
Yes.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What's going on? What's
So-
going on in the streets of Ward 7 that we're not hearing about?
They're sleeping in abandoned houses. And it's really sad. Our homelessness doesn't have anybody. They're on the streets all the time. Or they're sneaking in places that have been boarded up. Well, there's gotta be a yin and a yang and a give there, you know. Something's gotta give. And obviously, I'm not saying anything about bad about Miss Johnson, and I know she's gonna come at me, but that's cool. Whatever. You should have done something and spoke out way before this.
Absolutely.
I mean, not just
An ounce of
Freeze
prevention
the
is worth
hand.
more than a pound of cure. I tell people that all the time.
yeah,
An ounce of prevention is worth more than a
Right.
pound of cure.
right.
And because there's another candidate that you're running against, because you brought up funds,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure I'm hearing you the way I want to, right?
Right.
They spoke on 2016 and 2019 CIP funds. Maybe they did a couple of days ago when they were asked by the citizens. God dang it! What did that lady say? What's the other lady name that's running? The lady that ran for mayor, council.
Miss Shireen Williams.
Okay, yes, she said something specifically about utilizing funds from 16 and 19. It's still on, I'm sure it's still on Facebook. But it bothers me because our community isn't understanding why are we still talking about CIP funds for we shouldn't even be talking about 2022 funds. We've been reallocating funds because every time they get cut, they find another place to lose. So we consciously and constantly keep reallocating funds. So can I ask you, you know, can we get an audit? Can we get an audit? Would you get us an audit? That's where I'm going. Would you
Yeah.
get us an audit? And how far could you go back with an audit?
I would go back as far as, well, I've been here since 2018. I moved here in 2018. And I would probably go back to that. But something has to give. And yeah, putting in for an audit. But everybody's got to realize too that our funding, or the government funding, kind of got put on a back burner because of Oklahoma. Oklahoma stopped our federal funding here. Yes, because of the simple fact is they were not using the funding properly, or when it was supposed to be. Because when you get the funding, what happens is it has an expiration on it, and you have to use it within that time, and they were not doing it. So then SET said, enough is enough. All one of the offices said no more. So this is how you're going to see. You have to show us receipts, and they were not showing. They were not showing work that had been actually done. I was one of the ones that went above and beyond and sent photos of all the piping out there and on the sitting on the side of the road. I sent it up to Governor Scott. I wasn't joking. Everything I've ever video recorded or I have posted, it all goes straight up to the government and their office. That way they're aware that I'm not falsely accusing somebody of not doing something. No, it's happening. And then I have another issue. I have the issue of, because we live in Ward 7, the police department, it's their calls on a call. It takes 4 or 5 cops on one call. And I disagree with her. That's a budget that we don't need. I mean, I can see a couple to check out the situation.
Always two.
No, we have 4 or 5.
Yeah, it should be.
It's always 4 or 5. I mean, if you go to the store, like for example, I was at the Dollar Tree on Lee, was in there one day, or had pulled in one day. There was 7 cop cars for a domestic. I was like, okay, now I can't do this. I have to bite my tongue and walk away, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, no, this is what? See, this is where all your funding goes. And then the police department wants more funding. Well, what happened to our fire department, our paramedics, the school fundings? They all get shortchanged. The animal shelter, you know, so everybody gets shorted, but then in turn our police department gets all the funding and all these little gadgets and okay, cool, you're trying to improve, well, everybody else needs to upgrade too. Our internet needs to be upgraded, which still has not. We're still on, what, like, some people are still on dial-up.
Really?
What about the park over there?
No. And I'm in Ward 7, so you surprising me.
You had no idea.
Man.
I know that they put the fiber optic stuff out there.
Yeah.
They put it up with never.
Just for sure.
I think so.
You know, so in my opinion, I think they want to keep a particular group of people oppressed. And I say that to say, like I was telling my daughter last night at home, his classes, you know, they understand if the South Side, right, if Ward 7 could just get faster internet and get a couple extra jobs, a couple of extra restaurants, and just a couple of extra, because they're used to having nothing, they would grow so much and grow so fast. You know, so to me, I think they're robbing y'all because, you know, I was sitting in a meeting with actually Bettina Davis's neighbor, Jay Burke, right? I like picking that up. I was sitting in a meeting, and one time he said something about he hadn't done any bushes over there on the east side here. Yeah, we've done bushes and all that, you know, road stuff they do. But on that highway going, this is about last year, not within the last 6 months, they said they hadn't done nothing. And I'm like, damn, they could spend $100,000. Matter of fact, we in the park, they spent $100,000, $200,000 on Holiday in the Park. But y'all got dial-up in Ward 7?
Not everybody, but some people.
No,
but
it
that's what I
should
was
one
asking.
person. When we've got 5G in America, shouldn't one person have dial-up? No, we should have it. Come on, man, that ain't
I
right.
have a cell phone.
Parks up there in her neighborhood. That's why I was asking. Ward 7.
Yeah,
Those
go ahead.
parks up there need to be upgraded.
So let's talk about your parks.
And we have Woodward and
Yeah, I think it's the Vernon Park. Vernon
Yep.
Park.
And then they've got
yeah, well, 'cause the school that broken down, old school is right across from it. That was what I was advocating about. I mean, put, I don't, community center, homeless
community center would be
shelter,
perfect. Homeless
something.
shelter,
something to improve it.
So for the last 6 years, what have you got? And I know I do a lot of talking because I be trying to hear people. There's certain things I want our community to know. But can I ask, what? I can't get. That's a good question. It's very important.
What can I see?
In our community, for the last 6 years, what have you seen that hasn't changed? Like you've had the same council person. It's not about the person's name. It's about the position and what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, clearly, you say this, so please let things. What have you not seen change?
Absolutely nothing.
So you're saying
No improvement.
no improvement.
Everybody,
What have you seen
everybody fights and argues and says, oh, well, we need to, but then there's always an excuse that there's no or the funding needs to be something. Okay, well, I'm tired about it. I want our funding for my district, or my ward, sorry. I want funding. And I want funding where it needs to go. I want the roads improved. There's buildings that literally could be redone or tore down and things could be built out there. I mean, we have the German restaurant on Sheridan, which that's always good. But then there's another old building that's right directly almost across from it. It's been there the years I've been here, and nobody's done nothing. Trying to find out who owns any of the dilapidated buildings is like trying to put because nobody obviously wants anybody to know.
Can you break that down for us people who don't understand?
Okay, so I looked into at one time trying to get that building because I thought, well, if I get the building, maybe I can have it restored and make like a little store out of it, or and then let offices out of there, just an improvement in that area. I cannot find who's the owner for that building. I have searched, I have gone to the county, and nobody can get me anything. So, with that now, yeah. And we have all these abandoned buildings and houses that they do nothing with. They just sit for years and years and years and years, and that's where most of the homeless people end up. Because they break into the houses to get off the streets. And that's why all the fires that happen in our ward happen all the time. Because people go in there to get warm or go to sleep at night because they're not on the streets and they're not getting in trouble.
So what about like if they wanted to go, if I were to say that you got something there, is there somewhere for a single man, no kids, homeless on the street, where can he go?
There is no place. See, I think that's why a lot of people stay in town. Because there's got to be a shelter somewhere, but it fills up so quick, then they won't take it anymore. I think we only have, one or two shelters in this whole town. So, with that fact, that means we need more shelters. But the city of Lawton doesn't want that.
We get a lot of car washes.
They don't want to improve.
Washing that motherfucker, washing it.
Well, you can wash my hands. I'm good. Hi. That money that you guys are putting in your car wash, here we go. I'm doing my own stuff. I do my own. everything is done by me.
Okay, so how are you doing your campaign?
with this thing?
Nobody's
Tell us about it.
nobody's helping me, except for Martina. She's gonna be my campaign manager.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Are you sure
Uh-oh.
about that?
I am positive.
So
I want her in my corner.
So I say this, right? So I remember Matina would run around and myself, I would do the same thing. And we tell people, don't work with me. This sounds crazy, and I think it's why God cracked us on the head and put us in the position he put us in. We'd say, don't work with me because they already dislike me, so I help in the background.
Okay.
And we figured out it's not the best way. We want people who
I want her voice heard too.
Ooh. Now tell me what's her voice? What is she talking about? You tell me what is Matina's voice? What do you know?
Tell me what you know.
The city council running her off. That was a joke and a half.
What make you think they ran her off? She crazy.
She's not crazy.
Okay, well, what would make you think they ran her off? What gives that impression?
Because they do it to everybody. If people start asking too many questions, they always run.
Oh,
Or
so this is a norm.
if they make too many waves, they run people off.
So if they become a disruptor,
They run people off. But I'm here to tell everybody I'm going to be the biggest voice that anybody's ever heard.
I'll say this. I know we got 11 o'clock our time. I appreciate you, and I genuinely love the fact that I got to meet you and talk with you. I know you're gonna win. I know it because
there's no one else that's willing to sit out here and just say, hey, what y'all want?
Right.
And I'm going to do whatever y'all want. So we appreciate you, and I just want to say I thank you, and everybody stay motivated. Thank
And
y'all so much.
I want petitions. If anybody wants anything that needs to be done, go around, get petitions, start bringing them in. I will put them in.
So I've got something for you.
Yes,
And if you want it, we were talking about it this morning. So tomorrow, I heard, I don't do much time sitting on social media sites, but I heard that you got an event going tomorrow for no ID. Now I know they ended up saying, you guys all that good stuff. But all of those participants, if there's someone they want removed out of council, I know your what did you just call her? I know that your what is she called? What's it called? Partner manager.
Manager,
She's my
campaign manager.
campaign
I know that
manager.
your campaign manager knows the forms that we and you can get, that those citizens, they want someone removed, that they've got something to say they can fill out, and that rally could possibly still go on. And I think we should spearhead it because.
I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, we need someone like, cause when we bring complaints to the city, we need a city council member that's gonna look at those complaints and bring it up.
Well, and I
Because-
want to know, and I
Yes.
want to know what everybody's opinion is, or what needs to be, bring me the ideals of what you, as the people of Lawton and Ward 7, want to change. I mean, I see the changes that need to be improved, but everybody else could see a whole different change that needs to be improved, or wants to improve. Okay, then we sit down, we all discuss it in like a park setting or something, and we come together and we all discuss what needs to be changed.
So what you're basically saying, you're gonna listen to the citizens.
Yes, I don't
Because
want to.
I
I
hear
don't want
these
to just
people-
sit in the background.
I hear these city council members, yeah, we got a phone call. I called. They called and talked to me. Who is they? Because I know that nobody's called and talked to them. Nobody's called and talked to them. Even when you go on their website and you put in complaints, they don't answer. Because I done complained to all the city council
'Cause
and
they
I
don't
never got a
want-
response.
They don't want to cross that fine line. For some reason, they're like scared little children, and they're going to go run and hide, and they're going to do whatever whoever else is telling them to do. I'm sorry.
and
I'm not here to do that.
they do it for the money, and I think that's where they kind of went wrong on us. They thought we were doing it for the money, and I think that's where even they've gone wrong on you. So once we get in it and we get in it for the passion, they can't be those people that are in this future. When you're living behind money, you're just lying just to get people to do what you want to do. So
I ain't living for money. I mean, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for our community. I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing it for. I'm and okay, the measly what, $27,000 that you get a year?
Look at
You can go anywhere and get a job that way. I'm sorry, that's not even.
How much? 27,000 a year for
$27,000
for a city council
for a
person?
city council in this town.
27. Say that again.
$27,000 a year.
Okay, I was just figuring out about the legal
But
aid.
then, everybody else is kind of, so on the side with all these little companies,
Oh yeah.
they're going,
With the companies. What companies? What you talking about? What you talking about now, Cindy?
That's
Tell
probably
me something.
too much to talk about right now.
yeah,
That's too much. Yeah, we're gonna cut it. All right. Ward 7, Cindy Moon.
Hey, y'all
Hey.
vote Cindy Moon because, as you can see, she cares about what you say, and that's all that matters. Let's do this.
Thank you guys. Have an awesome day.
Cindy was going deep. She was